Bark back with another episode of Obscure Mics with you. And in the studio today, I have one of those things that I really typically don't care for that much. That thing in particular is the SHURE MV5 USB condenser microphone. And I grabbed this thing on a crazy killer deal on eBay for $25. And I was weary about it. I have watched the review for it on Podcastage, Bandrew's great channel. Check that out. But let's get into this thing a little bit. So I've got a USB condenser microphone. For the sake of knowing, I've got my gain set on my Apple MacBook Air set to 55%. And there's a little dial on the back here to adjust the gain. Thank God for that. A lot of USB mics don't even do that. But I've got that cranked up to 100 because that compared with the 55% on my laptop seems to be the sweet spot. So I will let you take a look at this thing real quick. The SHURE MV5. And I'll show you the back of it as well. I do have some headphones plugged in because it does offer latency-free monitoring, which is always a plus. It does use a micro USB cable to USB straight into the computer. And it does have some cool lights to show you the modes. There's a guitar mode and a speech mode. Maybe singing, whatever, speech bubble. I'm going to go with speech. And I'll show you those real quick. The mode button is right on the other side of that, right there. And besides the mode button, we have a mute button, which is kind of hard to get to. You'd have to, I don't know. Let's call this thing the mini snowball, whatever. So it does come with this nice little aluminum stand, although I think they could have made that a lot taller, to be honest. It's a very short aluminum stand. Hence the reason I have a box underneath of it, because the threading on said microphone doesn't fit any of the stands I have. You would have to get an adapter, 5/8 to 3/8, neither one of those, 3/8, 5/8, neither works. You have to go down even more to get this onto a stand. So you'd have to find an adapter to make this work. So that's a negative point for this thing. But the body of the microphone itself, which the ball comes right off the stand, is all plastic. That's always a kind of a deal breaker in a lot of circumstances, that we have an all plastic microphone. But Shure knows how to cram in some decent quality into plastic bodies. Hence the reason for this. I think it's solid quality, not great. I think it sounds pretty good. Not great. It does seem to be a tad low and mid forward, not a lot of highs, not a major presence boost, but it sounds okay. Not a ton of clarity, but there's enough. It is usable. I mean, I think this would be just fine for a podcast. It would probably be okay to record some light demos music wise, but here's the caveat. Here's what kind of sucks about this microphone. Brand new, it's $100, $99. That, to me, is too much. I think it's very pricey. Now, like I said, I got this off eBay. Somebody had it on there, buy it now for $25 free shipping. Couldn't pass it up. Granted, I sold it already. That's what I do. But still, $25, great deal for this. Not $99. Wouldn't pay $99 for this. So, that being said, let's give it the quick Plosives test. Peter Piper picked a patch of pickled pineapples. Peter Piper picked a patch of pickled pineapples. Didn't quite pass the Plosives test, to be honest. So I definitely want to talk at an angle, because this is also a mic could be kind of funny looking with a pop filter. Pop filter might make this thing fall over. So as far as convenience goes, yeah, you can throw it into a bag and take it somewhere and record something on the fly. But there's better USB mics for that, in my opinion. Unless you get a adapter and maybe a tripod, yay high tripod. But it does have some things going for it. Like I said, the latency-free monitoring is nice. The mode button is nice. You're not locked into just one thing. Let's go ahead and switch to guitar mode, see how the voice sounds on that. All right, so now we're on the guitar mode, and there goes away some of the bottom and mid. We get a little more highs in there, so it's a little crispier, a little bit more clarity, and I'm not sure that I particularly like that better, but on guitar it might sound okay. I have an electric guitar over there. I don't have an acoustic anymore. I wheel and deal way too much, but I do have an electric over there. If you guys would like to start hearing electric and acoustic guitar, by all means tell me. I've never gotten the request on any comments, so I have not done that. But again, I can and I will. So if you do make a microphone request, which I have a handful that I'm getting ready to work on from some of the subscribers, thank you for subscribing. Almost to 100. That's exciting to me because that's 100 people that I might be able to help out. That's pretty awesome. Bandrew of Podcastage once said on a tweet, and I think he quoted someone else, if you have the undivided attention of 100 people in a room, that's a pretty big deal. So granted, some of the videos I've gotten are in the, 1,500 view range, which is awesome. It's awesome that 1,500 people can watch a video and possibly be helped. Congratulations is in order too. My dude, on another video, I will talk about my dude a little more, but Bronson at Audio Hotline, literally my favorite guy in the world right now, my favorite mic guy right now, because he's putting out some great videos with entertainment quality that's unmatched. Where was I going with that? Like seriously, where was I going with that? I honestly don't know. Sorry, Bronson. I completely blanked out. Been one heck of a week. But yeah, I will definitely talk more about Audio Hotline. Oh yeah, 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, he's pushing real close, and that's awesome. Awesome, awesome. He deserves every one of them and then some. So check him out if you haven't already. Great mic videos. Great guy. Great entertainment value. Love it. Love his channel. Bandrew, good entertainment there as well. But let's switch back to the mode that was intended for this use case. Go back to the speech. I like the indicator light. I have no idea what this one is. So now we're not in guitar or speech. And this is how it sounds. It must be just a flat mode. Flat mode. So back to speech mode. So the fact that it has a flat mode, a speech mode, and a guitar mode makes this thing a keeper for $25. But if you like USB mics, but I really don't think getting it for $25 is going to be one of those situations where you run into it often. I got really lucky. I spend a lot of time looking for mics. I got really lucky. So if you can get this thing for $25, by all means, I think you should. If you do need a USB mic and you do want to upgrade off of, a cheaper mic and you find a good deal on it, maybe this is the one for you. Not the one for me. I'm going to take the case scenario that you cannot find this for less than $50 currently, unless you just spend your every single waking moment looking for one cheaper than that. And at $50 and above, I have to give this one the red light. There's things going for it, but there's too much that's not. The stand, the threading, the plastic, the plosives, need to make a song about plosives. That would be cool. But those things just kind of all X this mic out for me. And I'm not crazy about the tone. I think it's good. It's solid. I'm not crazy about it. It's not $100. You can get a lot of really cool mics for $100. Really cool mics for $100 that you can build off of, XLR wise. You may never see me do a USB mic video and me suggest that that's the way to go. Like I may tell you it's a green light because it's a heck of a deal and you could throw it in a bag and take it somewhere, blah, blah, blah. I digress. Red light on this one. Sure kind of fumbled. I mean, if they would have started this out like $69.99, then you could get it used for probably $35 and it'd be a good deal. But it's a little expensive. Not quite worth it. Sorry, just not feeling it. But I wanted to get a USB mic on because I have very few of those. Let me know what you think about this mic. Does it sound good? Are you able to overlook some of the shortfalls of it? Is it worth it because of the 3 different modes, the flat, speech, and guitar? The latency-free monitoring, is that enough of a selling point for you to pay upwards of $100 for this thing? Let me know. I'm very curious to hear what you guys think about this microphone, because I've already told you everything that I think about it. So, shipped off tomorrow. Obscure Mics, peace out.